Hi, today I want to talk to you about green energy. You know, solar panels, wind, blah blah blah. There are a lot of people who seem to think that we can get away from all fossil fuels. Well, we're going to talk about your future if that happens. We're going to talk about Texas and some of these other states. I'm basically bringing up Texas because, well, a lot of people have talked about Texas. Now, due to this cold weather that hit Texas and other states, the power has been out in numerous places. A lot of people are saying, well, Texas only has 10% renewable energy. Okay, let's go with that number. Let's say it's 100%. None of their renewable energy works right now at all. You know, the reason being, solar panels, if it's covered in a foot of snow, they don't produce. Wind turbines, those big windmills with the big generators that produce power, freeze. They don't work. Now, the reason those are not working in Texas is because it got so cold, the well caps to the natural gas froze. They're not winterized. Now, a state like Texas that gets 99% of warm weather, that's a huge expense to winterize everything. But since it takes natural gas to actually keep those windmills from freezing, let's remove natural gas out of the equation. You have 100% renewable. What's going to happen if this happens again where everything freezes? A huge blizzard sets in. It gets extremely cold. The wind turbines aren't producing and the solar's not going to work. So that is your future. I'm going to use California now. California has gone all in on renewables. Every single year, California has blackouts, rolling brownouts, because they went all in on renewables and they have to buy power from other states. And I've heard a lot of people comment and seen a lot of comments, well, we just need to share the power. Okay. What's the point of you going green if you have to get energy from another state that is, oh, I don't know, using fossil fuels or natural gas or even nuclear to produce their power? You didn't do anything except for get rid of your own way to produce power. So, 100% renewable. Never gonna happen. Let's say this idiot asshole Joe Biden forces everyone to give up their gas cars and go all electric. Well, we would need to produce 30 to 35% more power than we produce now, just for those electric vehicles. And guess what, people? Those electric vehicles aren't charging off solar panels. They're not charging off of wind generators or windmills. They're charging off the electrical grid, where 90% of it plus comes from fossil fuels or natural gas or some other type of producing energy like nuclear. So let's get rid of nuclear. Let's get rid of all fossil fuels. And when you get cold and the weather gets extremely cold, your windmills don't work, your wind generators are shot, they don't work, they're froze, and your solar's not working. How many millions of people are going to die? A lot. But see, Democrats and eco-idiots don't care about that. You know, the thing is, Mother Nature has a way of showing us how small we really are in the grand scheme of things. She throws everything from hurricanes to tornadoes to tsunamis, avalanches, mudslides, floods, wildfires. She throws all this at us. And yes, I'm using she. I'm not going into this BS whatever. She's always been called Mother Nature, and she always will be Mother Nature. And she has a huge habit of reminding us how insignificant, how small, and how stupid our species really is. So let's say we go all in completely on solar and wind. And then one day Mother Nature goes, well, too many humans on this planet. I think I'm going to wipe off half the planet. Well, all she has to do is make it snow. All she has to do is make it really cold. We've seen what happens with solar and wind when it gets cold and there's a lot of snow dumping. Renewable energy does not work. Now, I have solar panels. If you watched any of my videos on my channel, you know that. I have 4 100-watt solar panels. Now, the next video I'm going to upload is going to be about if you're lucky enough to get the $1,400 from Joe Biden, which he's a lying piece of shit dirtbag. You know, I'm pretty sure he promised people $2,000. And the $600 was from Trump. It wasn't from Biden. So he lied on that. And he's lied on a lot of things. But I'm not going to go into politics right now. I'm going into energy. Alright. All renewable. All in. All the time. Can you survive? No. California can't even survive. They've gone so far into green energy, once again, they have to buy power from other states or have it sent in from other states. And most of those other states aren't relying on solar panels and wind turbines. They're still relying on things like coal. So California, you're not doing anybody any favors. Let's get back to Texas. A lot of people are saying, well, it's because they're not tied into any other part of the power grid from the other states. It wouldn't matter if they were or were not. And here's the thing. Texas could get power from other states. If the power lines were up, if the transformers weren't blown or froze, I've talked about this several times on certain other things, and I've commented on certain things. If every state out there, including Montana, where I live, wanted to make sure the power hardly ever went out at all they had to do was bury the power lines. They don't do that. Why? The expense. It's not cheap. And a lot of our power lines are up from what, the 60s? Early 70s? Their life cycle is long over. But nobody ever replaces them because it costs money. Let's talk about another thing renewable. Lithium batteries. Don't work when it's cold. When it's really cold, lithium batteries shut down. When they're very hot, they shut down. So, you're relying on these. That's kind of stupid, don't you think? And the fact that we have to dig up everything that goes into batteries You know, that's kind of dumb getting rid of everything. It takes oil to make plastics. Plastics are on the outside of batteries. You get rid of oil, you get rid of plastics. That means you get rid of batteries. So let's say the assholes in our government, including that piece of crap John Tester that is like Senator Montana, decides to vote on this, and they're going to make everybody go green. Are you ready for that? If you're in a state right now and they're saying we're going to go all green, you better be prepared. Just once again, look at Texas. And here's the thing, it wouldn't matter if Texas went 100% renewable. Nothing would work. Their wind generators, giant windmills, were frozen solid. They weren't working because they got too cold. The solar panels are covered in snow. They're not going to work if there's 6 inches of snow on the top of them. You know, you can debate with an eco-idiot all day long, and they're too stupid to realize what they're even talking about. It takes oil to make things like plastic. It takes gasoline to make things like bleach. Bleach is a byproduct of gasoline. For everyone to go all eco bullshit electric cars, it takes chemicals. There's chemicals in my solar panels. At the end of life of solar panels, they're not reusable. Once these solar panels degrade and break down, these chemicals, which are toxic, leak out and can get into the groundwater. These big windmills, once they are at end of life, or the blades break, they're useless. They're just going to fill up landfills. You cannot reuse these blades for anything else. So, we either like go nuclear and provide a cleaner power, or we go all in on wind and solar and eco cars and destroy the planet. You have to dig up this stuff to make batteries. You have to dig up this stuff to make solar panels. You have to dig up this stuff. Those big machines they use, you're not going to run them on solar. Joe Biden has killed thousands of jobs in the first month he's been in office. Thousands. But you idiots that voted for him deserve what you get. I hope you starve. I hope you freeze. Because you did this to everyone. You eco-morons that are living in your mama's basement, get a damn job and start contributing, and then you tell us. Then you tell us, oh, we go all eco, all in. When your food supply gets cut because trucks won't be able to run, most companies are not going to spend $500 to $1 million for a truck that's an eco truck. $500,000 to $1 million for an eco truck. For a semi that has to be recharged. It's not going to happen. So we either have to keep trucks on the road or trains going on the tracks. We're not going to do that with solar and wind. Too many people have already lost their jobs because of Joe Biden. If you want to see your future of what's going to happen going all renewable, look at Texas. And your whole excuse is, well, their well caps froze on their natural gas. That proves our point. Ours. If Joe Biden stops drilling, stops natural gas and oil, all you're left with is solar and wind. It'll be Texas all over the United States. You know, in my next video, I'm going to talk about solar charger controllers. We're hoping we get $1,400. I don't see it happening. Even though my girlfriend, she turned her taxes in. She already got her federal taxes back this year. She just got her tax return back like 2 days ago, 3 days ago, whatever it was. Like Friday or Thursday. And today's Sunday. She made $31,000 for the entire year. That's before taxes. They took out like $8,000 in taxes, literally. And on her tax return this year, they're giving her like $400 less than they gave her last year. Why is that, Joe Biden? Oh, I don't know. Maybe you want to give it to illegals or pay for all these programs or keep giving people unemployment benefits. They're making more money on unemployment than she makes. She may as well just quit her damn job. And they're taking more money from her, and she is considered poor. She's considered low class. She's not middle class. She's lower class. But this isn't about that. I will get into this on the next video. About Joe Biden being a lying piece of crap. Look at Texas right now. Look at California every single year. Every year. Blackouts, brownouts. Why? Because they don't produce enough power for the people that live there. And they can't get enough power from other states. Because the more these states are going to solar and wind, the less power they have to share. If you want to know your future, look at Texas right now. What's going to happen? If these states go all into wind and solar, and they get rid of nuclear, which some states already have, they get rid of coal, natural gas, what's going to happen is Texas all over the United States. No power. People dying. Do politicians give a damn? Absolutely not. As long as they fund their little pet projects. As long as they keep these eco-idiot activists happy. These people don't know anything about anything. There is no proof whatsoever that we are doing anything. I remember in my lifetime, so far I have heard we're going to have a ice age, which never happened. I have heard that half the United States will be underwater, which never happened. I have heard that the planet is going to heat up so much that we're all going to die. And then they come out with these numbers. The numbers they came out with was less than 1 point of a degree heating up in the next 150 years. Okay, even if it heated up 1 degree in 150 years, the weather changes more than that every time I walk outside. These people are lying to you. They know they're lying to you. They know they have no facts to back anything up. And the fact is, let them get away with it and see where you and your family are in 5 years. That's the problem. Too many stupid people voted for Biden. And we all saw what happened with this election. That apparently YouTube can't say what you actually saw. You know, you can't say it on YouTube. You can't say the evidence you saw on news, on some of these videos. And YouTube has already gotten rid of these videos. A lot of them that showed what happened. Just so Biden could get in office. Congratulations, Biden. You've already screwed up America on energy. You've already screwed up America on jobs. You've already screwed up America on immigration. Your average U.S. citizen is absolutely worthless and nothing to the government and to Joe Biden. As long as he and his family keep getting rich, they don't care about you whatsoever. And you stupid idiots that voted for him, when they pass all this, I hope every one of you die. Because you brought this on everyone. Your future, look at Texas. Because that's what's going to happen. I have solar, so I know the limitations of solar. In fact, I don't nearly have enough. And the solar setup that I have now with my power inverter and batteries and cables and fuses and the panels costed me over $1,000. Easily over $1,000. And if we get to $1,400, which we're not relying on, we plan on getting more solar. Because we already know what's going to happen when Biden starts shutting out oil and natural gas and coal. Your power bill's going to skyrocket. Electric companies are going to close down. And people are going to be out of work. People are going to freeze because they won't be able to produce enough power. Your food's going to go bad because they won't have enough power to go around. Think of Texas. It wouldn't have mattered if Texas went 100% renewable. All you people have proven the point. Solar wasn't working because there was snow all over the panels. And the wind turbines froze. So they're not working. You proved the point just by saying that we need natural gas. We need oil. We need other types of resources. We need coal. Because without any of that, the wind turbines froze because they couldn't stay warm. The solar panels are useless because they're covered in a foot of snow. So they have no power. And it wouldn't matter if they went 100% solar, 100% wind, whatever, renewable. They still have no damn power. How stupid are you people? If you like playing your damn Xbox, you little flunky liberals sitting in your mama's basement playing Xbox, What are you going to do when you don't have a way to play your Xbox, run that TV, charge your cell phone? Me, I'll be fine. What are you going to do? Because see, I was smart enough to prepare. I have some propane. I have some gasoline. I have a wood stove. And yeah, I do have some solar. Does it work in winter? Barely. It can work in winter sometimes. But not if it's covered in snow. Now, I do plan on making another video after this on making your own DIY solar setup and how to size a charger controller. I'm doing that for people who plan on going ahead, you know, those of you who are planning on getting some type of solar setup. There's a lot more involved than just buying some panels. And I'm really getting ticked off about what Joe Biden's doing. And I'm really ticked off about stupid liberals that have no facts to back anything up, but people listen to them. Get rid of fossil fuels, get rid of natural gas, get rid of oil, get rid of coal. You freeze. Your food won't be able to stay good because you won't have the power to run your fridge. And if it happens, it serves you right. When it happens, because liberals control Washington with the money, when it happens, stay away from me. And if it happens and I catch you trying to steal from me or loot at my house, you better bring a damn army with you. Because you won't like the circumstances of what I do to you. You won't like the results. Now, circumstances may tell you we have to loot, we have to steal, we have to burn, we have to kill somebody. Because we have no power. We don't have a way to keep our food cold. We don't have a way to get water for our baby or whatever. You know what? If you voted for Biden, you did it on your own. Go to hell. Don't care. You try to steal from me, you'll be ending your life. There are a lot of people out there that feel the same way as me. You voted for this. You wanted this. And when it happens, tough, deal with it. Because we will not help you in any way, shape, or form. Your future with this whole renewable thing is Texas right now. Now, I know, Texas is starting to get back on their feet because, you know, all this stuff passed. But there's still a lot of people without power there. But your future is what happened to Texas. And when it happens, don't care. You wanted it, you deal with it. Because I won't help you. No one I know will help you. And the thing is, if you want it that badly, go out and buy a damn windmill. Buy a wind generator. Go out and buy some solar panels. And then, and only then, when you give up your car, when you give up your air conditioning, when you give up your fridge, when you give up your Xbox or your PlayStation, do you come talk to me or anyone about saving the planet? Because the funny thing is, if they go the way they want to go, you idiots with these cell phones that are your God that you live on 24 hours a day, what are you going to do then? If there's no electricity for your router to work, you won't have Wi-Fi or internet. If there's no electricity, you can't charge your phone and play your little games. Or go on social media. The scientist, eco-idiot scientist, for the past 40 years have been predicting the doom of this planet. I have lived through it. They have said ice age, they have said flood, they have said everything, the planet's gonna burn up. So far, nothing. See, they couldn't get it right with the whole ice age thing by like 2020 or whatever it was. No, that was the flood, I believe. But then they said everything would be underwater by a certain date, whatever. Then they said the planet is going to burn up. But yet it's only going to get less than a degree hotter in 150 years. See, that's why they got off the whole ice age thing and flood thing and started using climate change. There's no set parameters for climate change because the climate's always changing. So they can claim climate change for everything that happens. It can be raining outside one day and sunshine the next day. It's climate change. It could be snowing one morning and then they could have hail that night, and it's climate change. That one word is the word they use to describe everything, including their failed stuff over the past 40 years, 50 years. I'm 52 years old, and I remember even when I was a kid, they talked about this. The first time I actually saw a large solar panel, I was like in 4th grade at a science fair thing, and they had a large, really big solar panel like the ones I have. That was supposed to be the future back in the 70s. Guess what? It wasn't the future. Because they figured out back then it wasn't going to work. Look at Texas. Look at what happened to Texas. And that is your future going all renewable. And all you eco-morons have made our point for us. The ones that keep saying this. Well, their wind turbines wouldn't work. They were froze. Their solar panels didn't work. They were covered in snow. Really? And since, you know, I have heard you eco-liberal morons say that if it wasn't for the fact that they didn't winterize, literally, your own words, then they would have had the natural gas to where they could have kept the wind generators going because they could have kept them warm and not freezing. If you're going all eco, then you won't have natural gas. So you can take that out of the equation right there. That means they would have froze. Solar panels wouldn't have worked. There's your future. Now I do plan on getting more solar panels, hopefully soon. But everything I have basically sized up for a smaller solar setup. And I have a generator. If gas goes away, there goes my generator. So we will be smart enough to make sure all our gas cans are full before price hits $6 a gallon. I will have 35 gallons of gas. I could run my generator for 6 months on that if I needed to. If I only ran a certain amount of time during the day. Basically, here's the thing. If I ran my generator and ran 1 gallon of gas a day, I would only have 35 days worth of fuel. That's not going to get us through a winter. So if you're planning on getting some type of generator, don't get gas, get propane. The problem is, you go through more propane than you do through gas. It also produces less power for the same amount of fuel. A 20-pound propane tank won't run, what, 12 hours? You know, propane's a good thing to have. If you're worried about all this, get propane. Stockpile it. The stuff stays good forever. Gasoline doesn't. Get a propane stove. Get a propane heater. And stockpile the hell out of it. Even if it is only 20-pound cylinders. You'll go through it rather quickly. But what else can you do? And the sad thing is, if they stop drilling for natural gas and oil, there goes propane. You want your future, you eco-moron assholes? Look what happened to Texas and some of these other states. And that's what you're going to get. Alright, I'm fixing to go. This is long. Like I said, I really do want to kind of stop uploading to YouTube, but I keep getting subscribers. Unfortunately, I'm not asking for subscribers. I don't get paid by anyone. If you have a difference of opinion than I do, you're welcome to leave it in the comments. I'll debate the issue with you. And if you're one of them eco-morons, I'll make you eat your words. Because solar and wind and even hydropower is not going to cut it. Especially if you're forcing everyone to get eco-vehicles. That sure ain't gonna cut it. Alright, I'm fixing to go. Everyone stay safe out there. And I hope the people that are in Texas and other places where they lost power are doing alright. And I really hope some of them were at least somewhat prepared. Unfortunately, there's so many stupid people in this country that they wouldn't know the truth if it walked up and bit them in the ass. Mother Nature's a bitch. And she lets us know that no matter how smart we think we are, we're not. Mother Nature reminds us all the time exactly where we are on the food chain and on the totem pole. We're at the bottom. We may think we're smart with all this technology, we're really not. Here's the thing. You take these eco cars, all these batteries. What happens if they go bad? When they go bad, because they do go bad. What happens when they go bad? Makes you kind of wonder how many of these are in a landfill somewhere. Maybe that's something y'all ought to look into. Alright, I'm fixing to go. But for you fools that think we can get away from natural gas and oil and the drilling, the state of Texas and these other states proved a point. We can't. Because when we do, people die. When we do, you won't have power. Because if you really think the rich are going to give anything up for you, so you can have a fridge, or you can have a TV, or a gaming system, you're stupider than I thought you were, just for voting for Biden. Because they're not. You're nothing to these people. But you voted for it, you knew it was coming, and you deserve what you get. As far as the rest of you, if you're smart enough, you know, basically like conservative, I wouldn't even say Democrat, because they just cave into Democrats, and Democrats are idiots and assholes. But if you're smart enough, and you've already started preparing for this, don't stop. Don't stop, because, you know, I'm not a doom seeker. I don't think the end of the world's coming. The end of America is coming, but not the world. A lot of people are going to die if they do what they say they're going to do, and they've already proven they are going to do it. Some of these states, too much wind, too much solar. People die because of it. They don't care. Alright, I'm going to release another video after this one. Talking about if you want to spend your $1,400 or whatever you get, if you get anything at all, on a DIY solar setup. I'm going to talk about the charger controller and some things about solar panels that most people don't talk about. So that'll be the next video right after this one, or maybe tomorrow. I'll make it today, and I may wait. No, I'll upload it today because my girlfriend is fixing to be off for like literally a week. So I have to make it today, and we spend a lot of time together when she's at home and when she's off of work. She's taking some time off because she's had to work so hard, literally, because of this COVID stuff. So, and she's an essential worker, and so she's got to take some time off and try to recoup and, you know, relax a little bit. She already has supposedly 3 days off, but she's taking another 2 days, which will give her like 5 days off. So we'll see. But once again, if you voted for him and you get what you get, guess what? No one gives a damn. Die. Because that's what's going to happen. Texas proved it. Other states have proved it. Hell, California proves it. Every year people die in California. And not just from the wildfires, because their power grid goes down. Gee, California could basically wildfire proof their entire power grid just by burying the cables. They, you know. But they went too much wind and solar. They rely on other states. And when they can't get that power from other states, people die. Then again, this is California, and you know, nobody really gives a damn. You know, for all I care, the whole state could fall off into the sea. Just from their liberal policies and the politicians they get. Why don't you dumbasses ever vote for term limits? Instead of voting the same pieces of shit and pieces of trash into office every 2 to 4 years. Oh, I know. You're liberal morons who think that we can go green and, you know, whatever. Alright, I'm fixing to go. This is really long. Once again, I will make another video after this one. So I'll be wearing the same shirt, same clothes, whatever. I'll probably turn the light on the camera on. Because the video is not the best. Hopefully it doesn't mess with me too much. I keep looking at the light. It just draws my attention to it. But that's it. This video is super long. I apologize. For everyone's sake, try to figure out how to get some heat, some light, a way to cook. Even if you have to build something yourself out of junk in your home to survive. Look on YouTube. Find a way to make a can into a stove, a cook stove. I think I have a video on that somewhere. Find a way to make a can heater. I actually think I have a video on that too. But it is a oil can, alcohol stove heater. I am going to do a little experimenting probably in the next few days to make some those little tea candle heaters, and I'm going to see if I can develop one or two that puts out a decent amount of heat. But you know, considering tea lights only put out maybe what, 100 BTUs at most, I'll see what I can come up with, and if I can come up with something, I will post it. But other than that, I'm fixing to go, and I hope everyone stays safe. And if a liberal comes to your house wanting something, tell them to go to hell. They brought this on themselves. Alright, that's it. I'm fixing to go. Bye.